Are expensive audiophile cables useful? This topic has been debated for decades, and there is still no consensus. Below, we share Aperion's views on the subject. Please note that these views are for your reference only, and you are welcome to join the discussion in the comments section. In a sound system, the impact of cables on overall sound quality generally does not exceed 5%. For instance, in a $10,000 sound system, the value of the cables should be around $500. If the cost of the cables exceeds this proportion, the improvement in sound quality is relatively minimal. The impact on HDMI signal cables is even lower, only about 1% to 2%. This is due to the high refresh rates of HDMI cables. For example, HDMI 2.1 can achieve refresh rates up to 6 GHz. The likelihood of data packet loss is very low, and as long as the cable is connected correctly, its impact on sound quality will not be significant. Optical fiber and coaxial cables have minimal impact because they transmit pulse voltage rather than current. The psychological effect can be significant when evaluating a set of audio cables. Listeners often perceive only slight differences between cables with varying price points. Regarding the raw materials used in cables, very few companies produce specialized copper for audiophile cables, primarily because the audio market is relatively small. Most audio cables are made from standard industrial copper, which is drawn into wires of different thicknesses. The most notable differences among cables arise from their internal structures, including gold-plated connectors, welding techniques, shielding layers, insulation materials, and copper purity. A high-quality audio cable made of copper will not oxidize or turn black even after being stored for more than 10 years. In contrast, the copper in some lower-quality audio cables may begin to oxidize and turn black within just 3 to 4 years. Additionally, different countries employ various copper smelting techniques, which can significantly affect the overall quality of the copper used. Why do many people buy costly audio cables? We believe the reasons extend beyond sound quality, similar to how photography enthusiasts invest in expensive tripods. The high-quality craftsmanship of these cables brings psychological satisfaction that often outweighs any tangible benefits. Good quality audio cables are essential in professional settings, such as recording studios, radio stations, and live performances. It's important to clarify that we are referring to good quality cables, not necessarily the most expensive ones. Different audio cables have varying DC impedance, distributed capacitance, and distributed inductance. However, their impact on sound quality is minimal. While it's possible to fine-tune sound with different cables, you shouldn't believe claims that switching to a set of expensive wires is equivalent to upgrading your entire audio system. Such assertions lack scientific backing. Many people may disagree with this. If a high-end audio cable alters the sound, it's like overhauling the entire sound system. Do you think so? If this is true, brands that produce and manufacture amplifiers, speakers, and sound source equipment will include high-end audio cables in their original packaging. If these cables change the sound so much, they can help them easily beat competitors with higher prices than them. Some people would say that audiophile cables are very expensive, and these amplifiers and speaker brands cannot afford them. In fact, in this world, money is the smartest thing. The truth that cannot be afforded is that you spend the cost, but the sound does not improve much, making the product uncompetitive, or spend the money on other things which will improve the sound more. So, these shock-absorbing foot spikes and fuses advertised on the market are the same as audio frequency cables. If they can change the sound a lot, these brands will use them first, especially some brands that are willing to make the sound as good as possible at any cost. We have introduced this in our previous video. The most significant factors influencing sound quality in a hi-fi audio system are the speakers, amplifiers, sound source equipment, and the space's acoustics. These are the elements that truly matter in your sound system. If it is a home theater, on-site debugging is also very important. Those expensive stands, audiophile cables, spikes, shock absorbers, and other products or accessories that cost a lot of money to treat minor problems. That's all for this time. We hope you have a great time. Welcome to our Aperion University series. Here, we will introduce you to basic acoustics knowledge, and uncomplicatedly, we hope it will help you. If you like it, please follow us.